right, everybody, let's begin. We'll start in mountain pose, power hour. Just make your way up to the top of your mat. We'll just take a few moments here and just continue to prepare for our practice. And once you're here, start with a couple of deep breaths, just a nice full breath in to fill up your lungs. You can breathe in through your nose, and you can exhale through your mouth. Nice release, maybe shake out your shoulders. And again, just nice full breath in and exhale. And then just continue with slow, steady breaths. You can do this with your eyes opened or your eyes closed. Just check in with your body. Notice how you're feeling at this moment. Be aware of what parts of your body might need special attention today during your practice. Maybe you're here for something in particular, to take care of a sore back, to stretch out a little bit, to release any tension. Just continue to breathe. And as you take this next breath in, just fill up your lungs. And the exhale, imagine the breath is moving all the way down your body to your feet. And just check in with your feet. Make any adjustments with your stance. As you're able, stand with your feet about hip distance apart. Toes are pointing forward. Just to create alignment in the lower half of your body. Check in with your knees. Soften your knees. If you've locked your knees here in standing, just let them soften a bit. Good. And then back to your breath. As you inhale, just feel the breath rising, filling up your lungs. And on this exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine, engaging the abdominal lock. Good. Just that light contraction of your abdominal muscles. Again, a breath in, filling up your lungs. Also feel the lengthening in your spine, growing a little taller. Exhale, draw belly button in, just connecting to your center. Also think of this as drawing in towards or engaging your power center. Breathing in this way gives you good energy for your moving practice. We'll tap into that energy and that power in our class today. So in preparation to move, let's take 3 more breaths. When you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead and just treat it like a nice stretch all the way up. And exhale, fold forward, so hinge at the hips, bend your knees as much as you need to, and just guide your way down. Maybe touching your toes, but you don't have to touch your toes. And inhale, slide your hands up your legs, maybe just to your knees, and extend your spine. Hold here as you exhale and just settle in. Half forward fold, returning to the awareness of your feet. Just be aware if you're sitting back into your heels or forward into your toes. Just find the center. Nicely grounded and rooted. Knees slightly bent here. And your torso just parallel to the floor. Nice long straight line. Imagine an energy moving through the top of your head towards the front wall, or your hips and tailbone, and energy moving towards the back wall. Take a breath in right here, and exhale, just fold again, just back down towards your toes, and just kind of feel this melting feeling, a heaviness in the body as gravity draws you downward. Good. And just notice this sensation in the backs of your legs, down your back. Even check in with your shoulders, maybe some circles with your shoulders. Roll them backward a few times and forward. Yeah, then those circles with the arms. Good. And even nod yes a few times slowly and shake your head no, just to loosen up the neck. Sometimes we hold our heads up even when we're folding forward, so just let it hang. One more breath in and out. And then from here, shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. At the same time, lifting your chest to extend your spine and also extend your arms out to the side and just stand up tall. Reach into the air, good. And exhale, you can bring your arms down to your side. So back to our mountain pose, that's our half salute. Let's just do that once again, making it flow. Inhale, reaching out and up. Feel the lengthening through the sides of your body. Exhale, fold forward. Another good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to, maybe touching your toes, but it's okay if your hands land at your ankles or shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Again, feel the top of your head lead you forward, nice flat back. Exhale, melt back down, that heaviness in the body. Be sure to release your head, neck, and shoulders. Ready to stand, shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips, extend your torso and your arms as you now inhale. That's it, coming all the way back up. Reach high. And this exhale, either bring hands together down to your heart or arms down to your side, either one. Just take a breath here. We'll just continue with our sun salute. Go at your own pace. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, fold forward, a good hinge from hips. Make your way down, always moving at your own pace here. Rise up halfway, fully extended spine. This exhale will fold. Bend your knees even more so you can plant your hands onto your mat and walk or step or even hop both feet back into plank pose. Let's just hold here for a moment and just feel the strong straight line you're creating with your entire body. Keep the core connection. The exhale, feel your belly button pull up toward your spine in this case. Then inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees just a little and send your hips up into the air as we take this shortcut to downward facing dog. Now we're going to be here for a little bit, so just settle into the pose, adjust your hands, adjust your feet. You can just hold in stillness or add some movement. You might pedal your feet just to get a little stretch for your toes, your calves, just noticing the sensations in the soles of your feet, ankles. Good. And if you get fatigued here, you can always just come down to your knees and maybe continue a flow through cat and cow, or even rest for a moment in child's pose. All right, ready to move from here. Nice full breath in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, still drawing belly button in towards spine. Ready to move, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine. Little weight shift towards your toes. And exhale, fold. Now the weight shift into the heels as we prepare to stand. Bend your knees, lower your hips, and reverse your swan dive. Inhale as you reach up high. Let's keep it moving. Exhale, chair pose or chair-like position. That's it. Just extend the arms out in front of you. They could be up at an angle. They can even be down and parallel to the floor. You can even bend elbows, but we're not going to be here too long. So breathe in and exhale. Dive out of your seat down towards toes, forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, hands to the mat, hop or step back into plank pose. Another pause here. Strong bodies, okay? Just keep pressing strongly into the floor with your hands so you can feel the energy and strength in your straight arms. Let's breathe in. And this exhale, you can finish the push-up by bending elbows, coming down, or again, just take that shortcut to down dog. If you bend the elbows, you'll lower your way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Then inhale to a back bend. You can keep it low if you want. Maybe a low cobra, or all the way up to upward facing dog. Then exhale. Downward facing dog. And once you arrive in down dog, just make those same adjustments with your feet and your hands. Just bend the knees a little bit more and send the hips up a little higher. Press hands firmly into the floor, strong straight arms, feeling the chest kind of sink between the arms. Let's add a lunge. Inhale, let's pick up the right foot and extend the right leg back behind you. Exhale, let's step right foot to the top of the mat. landing behind the right hand perhaps. Turn left heel to the floor so your whole foot's on the floor, shifting weight back into that foot so your hands are light. You can easily, yes, hinge from hips and rise up. We're going to hold our warrior one. Just reach up and then lunge. You can even change the arms here if you want to bend the elbows here, that's fine. Good. Just holding here, so warrior one. If your arms are bent, even draw them back a little bit so you just have this opening across the chest. That's it. We'll inhale, re-extend the arms, and exhale, fold. Bring the hands back down to the floor, slide the foot back to meet the other. There's plank pose. You can take that same shortcut to down dog or complete your series. You can certainly bring knees to the floor first, then chest. Maybe a low cobra or locust pose, just keeping it low for your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll always meet there, even if you skip parts of that sequence. Other side, extend left leg up and back, just reach for the wall, very good. Exhale, extend left foot to the top of the mat, landing behind left hand, right heel to the floor behind you, again, shifting the weight back into that foot, so there's a sense of balance. Yeah, light hand so you can rise up, there it is, holding our warrior one on this side, good. Arms can remain straight, they can be even out like so, or bent elbows. Draw them back, just to open up through the chest a bit more. Just notice how this is kind of like a back bend too, so be aware of the low back in this posture. And we'll inhale, re-extend the arms straight up. Exhale, hinge and fold, hands back down to the floor. Slide left foot back to meet the other, plank pose. Again, just complete the series as you'd like. A variation of a flow to get you to downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. In the exhale, if you're able, you're going to hop forward, cross your legs, and take a seat, or just kneel down to take a seat. You're going to roll down onto your back. So you want to sit in the center of your mat. Go ahead and roll down onto your back, and just draw the knees into chest. Just a little movement here, if you'd like. A little massage for the low back and hips. Even circle the feet to get into your ankles. Flex and point. Then moving into bridge pose. So when you're ready, we'll plant the feet into the ground. Knees bent, of course. We'll breathe in, fill up your lungs. You can exhale through your mouth so you can feel the air leave your belly. Feel the engagement there so you can peel away from the floor. So the hips lift up into the air as you create your bridge pose, our back bend. With the upper body, you might rock your upper body left and right several times to get your arms and shoulders underneath you. Just you might lift and open a bit more. Nice expansion through the chest. You can use the backs of your arms or bend the elbows and press the backs of your arms down into the mat to help lift the upper body or just to hold it up. Feet rooted into the earth. Feel the engaged legs. 3 more breaths. Coming out of the pose, just wiggle your feet forward a little bit, making space in the lower body. We'll extend the arms straight up into the air, making space in the upper body, and then roll your way down to the ground. Feel free to extend the entire body, reach the arms behind you, extend the legs out front, just to lengthen here for a few seconds. And then draw both knees into chest. You're going to rise up to a seated position so you can rock your way up to seated or even roll to one side and press yourself up to seated. Let's come to boat pose. But let's actually start boat here with the heels on the floor. Knees bent, heels on the floor, so feet are flexed. And just hold on underneath the legs here so you can really extend the spine. So really lift yourself up. That's an inhale, and just keep that good length through the whole spine. Exhale through the mouth. Engage your core. This could be your boat pose, but to add tension, of course, to start to lean back a little bit, and maybe a little bit more. You can pause at any point. We're going to hold this for a moment. We're going to keep the heels on the floor so you can stay in this posture. long spine. My chin is down, which means I'm looking straight ahead, but I want to actually lift the chin so you have a longer neck, a little bit more space in the upper chest. If you want, you can free the hands, reach out. If you want a little bit more tension, just lean back a little bit more. Okay, so tapping into this power and strength in the body. Okay, we're going to be working with our warrior poses today. Okay, tapping into our own strength and power. So we did Warrior 1, soon we'll be doing Warrior 2, and we'll be doing Warrior 3. Okay. From here, breathing in the exhale, maybe just rising, crossing legs, hands in front or to the side. Just want to get the feet back behind us. So you can just swing the feet back or hop back, plank pose. Just take a shortcut to downward facing dog. Just bend the knees and send the hips into the air. Back to our warriors. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, and exhale, send right foot to the top of the mat, setting up for Warrior 1. Left heel turns to the floor behind you, shifting the weight back. Yes, so you're balanced on the 2 feet, not too much weight up front. We want that centering, and then we find our Warrior 1. Take another breath here, and exhale, open to the left side of the room, dropping arms down to parallel. We'll be in Warrior 2, making the adjustments with your feet. That's it. Feel tall, outstretched arms. Nice lunge here, so we have a bent knee. Checking in, even look, see if your knee and toes are pointing forward. That back leg is a little straighter. And then side angle pose, reaching out, following the right arm. There you go. Rotate the arms, reach down and reach up. You can stay up as high as you'd like to in this pose. Yeah. If you have a little bit more space in your body, yeah, you can certainly go down a little lower. Your fingertips might even touch the floor or bring in a block, and that can be your floor. Good, everybody. Nice openings. I call this a sideways pose. So just feel quite open to the side of the room. We'll breathe in. And exhale, we'll turn and fold, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. From plank, just take another shortcut to down dog. Just bend the knees and send your hips into the air. Make some adjustments with your feet and hands. Fully arriving in the posture, and then we're ready for the other side. So an inhale to extend left leg up and back, find the wall. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Take your time to get there if you need to. Yes, right heel to the floor, shifting the weight back, finding your center, then just easy for you to hinge from hips, rising up. There's our Warrior 1. Good. Breathe in again. And our exhale, opening to the right side of the room. Arms come down to parallel. Warrior 2, make any adjustments with the feet as you need to. And just settle in. Nice tall torso, again, outstretched arms. They're parallel to the floor. Good alignment in this front leg. Follow the left arm forward, angle the upper half of the body. And we'll rotate the arms into our side angle pose. Provides a little bit more opening for the heart and hips. Maybe even a side stretch down through the right side of your body. Strength building in the legs here too. And there's certainly core involved to help you hold your posture. Here we go, ready to move. Breathe in and exhale. We'll turn, we'll fold, hands back down to the mat, back to plank pose. You can still take the shortcut to down dog or complete the series coming down Chaturanga Dandasana. Maybe an upward facing dog and downward facing dog. We're going to take another seat, so you might hop forward, cross legs, and take a seat, or kneel down to take your seat. This time, swing the legs around to the front here, so straight legs, and just come to staff pose for a moment. Just getting a nice stretch for the legs. So staff pose, you just have your hands on the floor by your hips. Just push into the floor to, again, extend the spine. Maybe even roll your shoulders back. Good. So while you're here, as we get into our warriors, I'm going to go through our Warrior 1 and 2. So just a nice extension of the leg, of course. Doesn't have to lift too high because sometimes we end up bending the knee. So if you need to lower the leg to straighten the leg, that's fine. And we'll bring it forward. Plant the heel. And so instead of trying to rise from here, you can see my knee is way past my toes here. Get some more weight in that back foot. That's that shifting back. So you really are planted on both feet. You don't need your hands anymore. And then hinge from hips. And once you're in your warrior one, being aware of this alignment of the right knee and toes, in this case pointing forward. Because sometimes when we open up to warrior two, that knee wants to drop. It wants to kind of go with us to that side. So be aware of this, okay? So with that transition, as you open up that way, the leg is going the opposite direction. So there is movement, and it's all happening here. So just be aware of that transition. Getting into our side angle, just being aware, I don't think anyone does this, but just being aware of shifting too far into that front knee, okay? To get into your side angle, it's all kind of a rib cage shift there. From your staff pose, let's take a fold. Let's inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, just hinge and fold a little bit. You can bring your hands down to the legs. Breathing in to extend the spine wherever you are. Exhale, either hold here or just steadily folding forward. Now the legs can stay straight, but you can certainly bend your knees a little or a lot here. You can lower your head, let your back round. We'll just hold this for several breaths. Since we'll be moving into warrior three, which is a balancing pose, okay? And it does involve strong straight legs and a strong core. This is getting us ready. Let's take 3 more breaths. Good. After your third breath, just free your hands, just reach forward. Then inhale, hinge your way up, reaching up. Once you're tall, just a little extra lift. And the exhale, arms or hands back down to your side. Even lean back, bend the knees, just drag the heels in. We're gonna do the exact same boat, okay? Maybe holding on, ensure you have a lengthened spine. Inhale to get there. Exhale for the recline back. Free the hands if you want. Now you're welcome to stay here or keep leaning back, or as you lean back, maybe steadily bring the heels in a little closer until you just find balance and the feet will just start to float into the air. Yeah. Just an option. You can certainly keep the heels on the floor so we can really get into this sensation without fatiguing too early. Ready to move. We'll breathe in and exhale. Cross legs, either hands in front or to the side so you can swing the feet back behind you. Plank pose, strong straight line. Just take a shortcut to downward facing dog. Once in down dog, breathe in. In the exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet, return to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale, extend through the spine. You don't have to lift up too high, but just extend and then fold again. Feel that heaviness in the upper body. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Yep, coming all the way back up. Big stretch here at the top. Exhale, arms down to your side. Good. Alrighty, some balancing. So let's get more prepared for our warrior three. So tree pose here. So mountain pose as you're able, feet about hip distance apart, toes forward. If you need to turn the feet out, no worries at all. Do soften the knees, bend in the knees, yeah. And start shifting weight into your right foot, plant it into that foot. Inhale, get nice and tall, lengthen spine, fill up your lungs. Exhale, pull belly in to engage. Now we're ready. Picking up left foot, flexing the foot. Thigh is parallel to the floor. Hips are square, everything's facing forward, but now that knee is just gonna start to slowly swing out to the side until it just naturally stops. Doesn't have to go all the way to the side, but it is open. That's just a nice hip opener. And then placing foot on the inner leg. I always go to my calf, but you can always go lower or bring it up higher if you want to, okay? And when you're ready, and inhale to extend both arms up into the air. Same thing like you did in Warrior One. They can go straight up, maybe out like a V, or do the U shape here. All right, so balancing. Yes, balancing on one foot, but still core involved here. Just as you did in boat, that inhale to feel the lengthening of spine. Exhale through the mouth, pull belly in. That's your secure state.
Yes, to help with your balance. Excellent. Okay, no worries if you lose balance, because we lose our balance. Arms stay extended. We'll swing left knee forward. Lift your knee with the flexed foot, and then we'll plant the foot into the ground, and arms come down to your side. Finishing with that, you can shake it loose. Check in with your feet. Okay, ready for the other side. Nice grounded sense in your mountain pose. Soften your knees, yeah. Shifting weight into the left foot. Inhale, get tall, long neck, good. Exhale through the mouth. Pull belly in. That's our secure state. We're picking up right foot. Bend the knee, flex the foot there. Nice right angle. Arm or leg or knee swings out until it just naturally stops. So your hips remain square here. And then placing foot on the inner leg, high, medium, or low. When you're ready, from there, inhale, extend the arms all the way up. Once you are tall, keep reaching up. Get a little bit more lift and length. Change your arm posturing if you'd like. Focus is either directly forward or downward, which is probably a little easier for focus. Okay, and part of your balancing act. Core engaged with the exhale. Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock. Yes. It just brings more, I think, power, effort, okay, and sometimes a little bit more ease to the pose. Let's keep the arms extended. Swing the right knee forward, lifting your knee with the flexed foot. Plant the foot into the earth and release the arms down to your side. You're finished with that, so just shake it all loose. There we go. All right, let's just keep things moving here. Okay, remember those little things I showed you in our Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. Here we go. Inhale, reaching both arms up. Let's take another chair pose here. Exhaling to sit into the chair. Again, we're not going to be here long. Breathe in. And exhale to dive out of your chair. Forward fold. Inhale, extend through your spine. Nice flat back. Exhale, here we go. Fold. Bend your knees, hands to the floor. Hop or step back. Plank. Come right down to Chaturanga Dandasana or any variation of your flow. Take your time. You can always skip this. Yep. Find an up dog or a cobra and downward facing dog as you're flowing through your sequence. Step into place. Just adjust your feet and hands as you need to. Okay, now paying attention. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you. Let's reach and hold for a moment. Nice extension here, because actually you're already doing Warrior 3. If you were actually standing on that left foot and your arms extending straight out in front of you, that would be a Warrior 3. So this is our setup. Breathe in again. Exhale it, send right foot to the top of the mat. Land near the hand. Left heel turns to the floor. Remember, we're shifting the weight back. So the hands are now light. We're rising up. Okay, let's hold for a second, making sure this right knee is pointing forward. When you open to Warrior 2, you're going to feel like your knee is moving towards the right side of the room, but you're opening to the left side of the room. Yes. Good. There's our alignment. Nice tall bodies, extended arms, side angle, just a little rib shift forward, reach. Yeah, also works the hips a little bit. Rotate the arms, reach high and low. All right, let's do something here. Breathe in, exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor or fingertips to the floor, just like this. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you, or just turn that back foot so your heel is lifted, okay? Let's just move into a high lunge. Before we rise, just feel the leg squeeze in towards midline, as if your feet were together and you were squeezing a block between the knees. Okay, so imagine that sensation. Extend through the spine. Again, just get a little higher up onto the fingertips. So we're here. As you're able, reach forward and then hinge. That's it. Reaching high. Arms can stay straight or bend elbows. Good. So a little bit more balance involved here, okay, because of that lifted heel behind us. Yeah, but keep imagining you're squeezing an imaginary block between the knees or thighs. Nice, strong legs. Again, power, strength. Inhale. Exhale, just hinge and fold. Hands to the mat. Slide the right foot back, hips into the air, down dog. Just right away to down dog. Another little shortcut there. Okay, same thing, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up and back. Reach and hold, keep breathing. Again, this is your setup for Warrior 3. Okay, nice strong hands pushing into the earth, straight spine. Okay, Straight legs, breathe in, good. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat, or near left hand is good. Right heel to the floor, root, shift back, find your center. Floating the arms up. Okay, pause for a second, knee is pointing forward, but as you open to the right side, your knee and thigh feel like they're moving to the left side. So it looks like there's no movement, but there is, The leg stays in place. And what happens is you get a hip opener with that transition. Take your side angle, reach out, tip it over. Feel free to stay up high because it's still very effective. You don't have to go down low at all. Excellent, good breathing. Good opening, strong legs. Breathe in, here we go. Exhale, turn, fold, hands or fingertips to the floor. Okay, we're up on our tiptoes behind us so the heel is lifted. Make sure you got good balance. Hug to midline with the legs, engaging core. See if you can extend the arms forward. And then as if you're opening the lid of a box, we're rising up, like so right there. Reach high or even bend elbows. There's our lunge. Getting a nice stretch in the hip flexor here. Everything is pointing, yes, and facing forward. So we're going to use this to get into our warrior three next time. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge, fold, hands to the floor. Again, right to down dog. Just sweep the left foot back, hips into the sky, down dog. Nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. Again, you'll be in forward fold. Take a monkey pose. That's that halfway lift. Slide the hands up to the shins. Exhale, refold, back down, melt, and relax the head and neck. Shifting weight into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Good, coming all the way up, nice and tall, reach high. Exhale, arms down to your side. Alrighty, hold there for a moment. This is where we're going to use our 13 blocks. Okay. We're going to do a variation of our warrior three. Let me just show you first, okay? So I've got my stack of blocks. You can have 2, you can have 3, you can have 8. Doesn't matter really. Or a chair, or a wall. Let me just show you. I'm going to take my arms up. I'm going to exhale, fold. And now my stack of blocks is my floor right there, so I don't have to go all the way down. I'm just going to go ahead and place both hands on my blocks and just rely on the blocks. But I'm going to put weight into my right foot. That right knee is slightly bent. My left foot is light, so I can just tap it back. I'm just going to keep the toes on the floor. This is as far as we're going to go this time. Push into the blocks to extend the spine. And the toes back here just stay on the floor. I just want you to feel this engagement of extending, strong standing leg, both the knee bent, and this back leg, it's energized, but the toes are on the floor. Long neck, and that's all we're going to do for our variation. Later on, we'll get into the balance, okay? So blocks out front, stack them a little higher. You can even, if you have 2 blocks, you might want to turn that top one up if you want, okay? So mountain pose. We'll inhale, extend the arms up, exhale, fold down to our new floor, which is our stacked blocks. So step up to the blocks or bring them in closer. Both hands on the blocks, really rely on. Just kind of lean into them a little bit. Soften the knees slightly. Put weight into your right foot. All right, and then left foot should be light, so you can just tap it back. Keep the toes on the floor, okay? Keep pushing into the blocks, but extend the spine like you're trying to come forward. Yeah, so you can just feel the active body. It doesn't feel like you're doing much as far as the pose is concerned, but feel how active the body is. Yes, okay? Hands are pushing into the blocks. The right foot's pointing forward, the knee is bent. You can feel that thigh engaged. The back leg, it's strong, it's straight, but the toes are on the floor. Strong spine, lengthened spine, okay? Let's bring that left foot back in, next to the other. Shift your weight back into your heels, hands away from the blocks, and then just reverse your swan dive. Let's just continue right away the other side. Reach high, exhale, swan dive, right back down to our new floor. You can move the blocks a little if you need to. Again, just rely on the blocks, lean into the blocks. Soften the knees, put weight into the left foot, root. Okay, so let's tap the right foot back, keep the toes on the floor, extend through spine, active body. I like to give variations of poses if, getting into any of our postures like Warrior 3 today is just not happening. So here's a variation once we get into the pose, because you can still be very activated in the body. That's it. All right, we'll bring that right foot back in. Here's our forward fold. Just move the blocks to the side or forward a little bit so they're out of your way. Just take a monkey pose. Just going to continue the flow here. Exhale all the way down. Plant the hands. Hop or step back into plank pose. Come down if you'd like to. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Come to hero pose. Bring your knees to the floor and sit back into hero. Before we get into the sequence, I'm going to bring my blocks back in, because this is what our sequence will be. I'm going to take my right leg up, step through, shift back, turn that heel to the floor. This is all the same. Warrior 1, Warrior 2, side angle, nice opening. Do that same thing, coming back down to fingertips, back onto the toes. Heel lifted, find center, hinge up. Okay, and then I'm glancing at my new set of, or the new floor up there, my blocks, because I'm going to dive forward. Shifting, catch the blocks, and go for the balance. Just as you did earlier, pushing into the blocks, extend the arms, extend the spine. The only thing that's different now, we've lifted the leg. If you need to, just bring the toes back down. So you can kind of launch, but stay here, okay? Or launch and fly. Alrighty? Okay, back to a downward facing dog, and we'll flow through there. You can bring your blocks in a little closer, perhaps. Downward facing dog, full series. Here we go. Inhale, extend right leg into the air. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Back to a Warrior 1 setup. Left heel to the ground, rising up. Exhale, opening to Warrior 2, being sure your right knee and toes are still pointing forward. There's an energy of that knee and thigh moving to the right side. Yeah. Side angle pose. Right hand down, left hand up. We're still moving. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor, fingertips to the floor. Rise up onto your tiptoes, heel lifted behind you, find your center, and then rise again, high lunge. Okay, we're inhaling here. Look at your blocks. We're going to exhale, launch. Fold, hands go out to the blocks, balancing on the right foot. Left leg might extend right up into the air. To keep that leg in the air, flex the foot or point your toes, just something active with your foot. That'll keep the leg in the air. Good. Hands or fingers are pressing into the blocks, strong arms, lengthened spine. All right, the leg that's in the air behind you, just bend your left knee, bring it in toward your chest, even round your back like you're doing cat pose, and then set the foot onto the floor next to the other. Okay. Release the blocks, maybe hands to shins. Take monkey pose, halfway lift. Let's continue the flow. Exhale, fold, hands to the earth, hop or step back. Plank pose, come down only if you want to. Chaturanga or some variation of flow, your vinyasa, again to get you to downward facing dog. Excellent. Inhale, extend left leg up when you're ready. You can always rest. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Here's our Warrior 1 on this side. Take your time. Right heel to the floor, rising when you're ready. Your exhale opening to the right side of the room. Warrior 2 as the left knee and thigh feel like it's moving to the left side. Side angle pose, reaching out. Yes. Feel free to stay up high, but maybe you've made a little bit more space and you can go a little deeper. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, here's our turn. Hands or fingertips to the floor, rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Find your center. Yeah, rise back up, high lunge. It's an inhale. And exhale, launch. So fold hands onto your blocks and then fly right into your Warrior 3 variation. Or keep toes on the floor behind you. All good. Yes. Long spine, wherever you are. Feel like you're extending. You're flying forward. Left foot's on the earth. Left knee is bend so you can really be in your thigh muscle. Yes.
And then bend your right knee, bring it in towards your chest, rounding the spine. And set the foot onto the floor. Hands to shins. Take monkey pose. We're going to come to standing, so fold first. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Let's grow tall. Reach into the air. There we go. And exhale, arms down to your side. Okay? And just shake it loose. Alrighty. All right, pretty much the same sequence. What we'll do here, here's my warrior one, quickly into warrior two, side angle. Here, I'm actually going to take it back to a down dog. Just sweep the leg back and up, then to our high lunge, ready to fly. Now we've got an option here, okay? Use the blocks. Some of you have already done this, okay? But as you launch, maybe the arms stay out front. Extending, here, reach. I'm going to give you some options though. Maybe you get tired here, or this is a little too tough. One hand to the blocks, even one hand to your thigh. Even pressing the hand or hands into your thigh will help you to extend your spine. Remember to keep that foot alive, foot pointed or flexed, so that leg can stay in the air, knee bent here, okay? Mountain pose, here we go. Inhale, reach both arms up, take a chair pose, exhale. Inhale, good reach. Exhale, dive out of seat towards toes, forward fold. Long spine, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth, hop or step back, plank pose. Choose a vinyasa to get you to down dog. There you go, nice, good. Good, Carrie. Inhale, extend right leg out. Remember, this is your warrior three right there. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat. Take your time if you need to, no rush. Left heel to the floor, centering, floating up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Yes, side angle, here we go. Rotate. Opening as you inhale, back to down dog. As we exhale, we're going to turn, fold, hands to the floor, slide right foot back and up into the air. You're in down dog. Right away, right foot to the top of the mat. That left heel is still lifted, but do find your center. Light hands hinge your way up. It's an inhale, ready to fly or launch into warrior three. Using the blocks or fly forward, free hands. Yes. But you can always bring the hands down to the blocks or to your thigh. You can even choose where you're reaching. You can reach forward. You can reach out to the side like airplane wings. You can even reach behind you. Yes. Warrior three, wonderful. Okay. Maybe do bring the hands down to your blocks. Bend the left knee, bring it in towards chest, rounding spine. That's our little cat pose. Foot to the floor. Okay, forward fold, hands to ankles or shins, lower the head. Take monkey pose, extending spine. Back down to the floor, hands to the ground, hop or step back, plank pose, and just continuing with your flow. Modify as you need to. Skip things if you're a little tired, no worries. Meeting in down dog. If you need a child's pose there, please be free to move into that posture. Inhale, extend left leg up when you're ready. Left foot to the top of the mat. It's warrior one, root. Light hands float up. Warrior two, expand. Side angle, reach, rotate arms, reach high and low, inhale. Here's our exhale as we turn, fold, hands to the floor, back to down dog. Sweep left foot back and up into the air. Right away, return left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel's lifted. Do find your center first so you can open the lid of the box. It's an inhale, ready to fly away. Exhale, warrior three. Okay, use your thigh, use the blocks, use the floor. If you're reaching, you can reach forward or out to the side or behind. Still extending through spine. So your focus is probably down at the floor. Reaching through this back foot to the back wall. Hands to the blocks or floor. Bend the right knee, bring it in towards chest, rounded spine. Foot to the ground. Forward fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees. Reverse your swan dive, coming all the way up, good. Reaching a little higher. Exhale, arms down to your side.
Good, yes. Generating a lot of power, a lot of energy. Okay. Last thing that we'll do, it's very unconventional. The way that we just did that flow is probably more conventional. Less conventional. Since Warrior 1 flows right into Warrior 2, why doesn't Warrior 2 flow right into Warrior 3? Because it just doesn't, it's not natural, okay, because of the alignment. We're going to try it though, okay? So Warrior 1, Warrior 2, since our focus can still be forward, but everything's open a little bit differently. So what we'll do here, maybe bring the left, in this case, left hand up and around. I'm just spinning that back foot, just an inner rotation of that back leg. Push and launch to our Warrior 3, still using the blocks, okay? Mountain pose. So Warriors 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, nicely extended spine. Exhale, diving out of your chair. Monkey pose, extending. Fold on the exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back, plank. Come down only if you'd like, or take maybe just a little partial push-up, moving right into down dog. You can still skip parts of the sequence, but just meet in down dog, and when you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up, and then right foot to the top of the mat, Warrior 1, here we go. Warrior 1, Warrior 2, focus out over your right hand so you know where you're going. Bring the left hand up and around, like you're gonna fly forward, spin this left leg forward onto the toes. You can push and fly forward into your Warrior 3. Okay, a little awkward, not as conventional as our other flow. Okay, staying like this as you're able, and just hinge your way up. Okay, this left foot comes to the floor, both arms up into the air, reach, swan dive. Ready for the other side, monkey pose, extending through the spine. Fold, bend your knees, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank, finishing your sequence to get you to down dog. You can move right away into down dog. That's it, nice breath. When you're ready to move, inhale, extend left leg high into the sky behind you. Left foot to the top of the mat. Here we go. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Warrior 1. Exhale, Warrior 2. Right arm will come up and around to the front, up on the tiptoes behind you. Push, launch, Warrior 3. It's a quick shift of balance to get into a balance, because the body's kind of out of alignment there, and we have to kind of challenge ourselves to get into that balancing pose. Hinging our way up to standing, so right foot to the floor. Go ahead and take both arms up into the air. We'll keep it flowing. We're going to finish up. Swan dive. Good, monkey pose. Fold, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Last set of our vinyasa movements here. So chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now move into an upside down position. So in inversions. So maybe shoulder stand. So if you're able, with an exhale, hop or step forward to the top of the mat, cross your legs, take a seat. Roll down onto your back, keep rolling into the legs and hips can go into the air for your shoulder stand. Variations, of course, you can just lie flat on your back and extend the legs in the air. Or bring in a block, just go get one of your blocks. Set your feet on the floor like you're setting up for bridge. Lift the hips, slide a block underneath you, and then extend the legs. That's it, good. Now your feet are free. Some of you are already doing this. Just circle the ankles, flex and point, because all that balancing you just did. Okay, using the entirety of the legs, right? Okay, and really relying a lot on the feet. Variations of our shoulder stand. Your hands might be at your waistline, so you're just literally just kind of sitting in your hands. I think this is a nice variation because there's less strain in the neck and shoulders. If you want to go a little further into the pose, you can certainly walk your hands more towards mid-back, free up the hips,
and then extend the legs straight up into the air if you're able. It's just an option. And then from there, from whatever version of shoulder stand, maybe plow. And one version is simply bringing knees, bend the knees, and bring them down to your forehead and just stop there. Or you can extend the legs behind you, toes and feet reaching towards the back wall. Again, all of that is optional today. One more breath. After that breath, make sure you're sitting in your hands so you can start to roll your way down carefully and slowly to the ground. We're going to bring the legs to the floor out in front, straight legs, moving into fish pose. So once you're down, legs on the floor in front, you're going to get your arms, straight arms underneath you. So I'm lifting one side, my left arm underneath. You'll end up sitting on your hands. Your palms are on the floor. Palms are facing the floor. Getting shoulder blades to squeeze together behind you. Sitting on your hands, strong, straight legs, point your toes, and then press into the floor with your elbows to lift your upper body like you're rising up out of bed, and then arch your back, tip your head back carefully, and maybe you can see the wall behind you. And then maybe rest the top of your head very lightly on the ground. That's our fish pose. Or you might be propped up a little higher on the elbows where your head does not meet the ground at all. They're both correct. Just a couple more breaths as you just feel the expansion of the lungs, kind of a lifting sensation through the chest. There you go. And when we're complete, if you do have the head tipped back behind you, lift your head off the floor, tuck your chin in towards your neck, and then lie down, and then release the arms out from underneath you, and just pause there in Shavasana so you can feel that transition from an engaged body to a disengaged body. And we'll finish up with a couple of more light poses. When you're ready to move, just draw the knees into chest. Choose a hip opener. Could be happy baby pose or reclining cobbler's pose. You can choose one of those or several of these lying down hip openers. Taking some deep breaths. Maybe two more. Feel free to continue with your hip openers or transition to a twist. So you might bring the knees together and then take the knees perhaps starting over on the left side, so knees to the left as you extend your right arm to the right. Maybe 5 to 10 breaths, just depending on how quickly you're breathing. But just using these last few poses as a way to transition from our very active body, strength, energy, power, working through those warrior positions, and now to something that's a little bit more relaxed and at ease. Just know these differences. Experiencing these different sensations in your body so you know how to access them easily at any time that you need them. When you need that power and strength, you know what to tap into. When you need to relax and let go, you know how to do that. When you're complete on your first side and your twist, come back to center and then take your twist to the other side if you haven't done so already. I want to give you enough time for Shavasana so you can have that resting moment. When you're complete with your twists on both sides, certainly welcome to move into any other pose that your body might need at this moment. Again, paying attention to what you need.
And whenever you're ready to be complete with your moving practice, find a restorative pose. That could be Shavasana. You can even come to a seated position or lie on your side, whatever is most comfortable for you for the next few minutes. Stay right where you are. No need to move just yet. Just be aware of your breath, just in case your mind began to wander. Just take a full and complete breath to bring you back to this moment. And once again, return to the awareness of your breath. This time taking 5 slow, steady breaths. Intentional breathing. Feel your breath. Perhaps listen to the sound of your breath. The intention here is to bring movement back into your body. Breath being the resource for your own power and strength, and now generating a new energy within. After your 5th breath and you're ready to move, slowly and carefully roll to one side of your body, just briefly here in this nurturing pose. And still moving in slow motion, guide your way up to seated. Nice long spine, relaxed shoulders. Your hands can just remain in your lap or on your knees, or you can bring hands to heart center. And wherever you are, just taking one more breath in, complete breath out. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.